Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify the North Dakota's self-service portal so you can confidently maintain your food assistance without a lapse of coverage. Navigating government systems can sometimes feel like an absolute maze, but today we're breaking it down to make it incredibly straightforward.
Are you struggling to renew your SNAP benefits in North Dakota and worried about missing out on essential support? Well, stay tuned, because in this explainer, you'll discover a seamless, stress-free guide to renewing your benefits online, ensuring you continue to receive the exact help you need. We're going to turn what could be a frustrating chore into a quick, manageable task.
Here is our game plan for today. 1. The importance of SNAP. 2. Preparing for your renewal. 3. Accessing the North Dakota website. 4. The step-by-step renewal process. 5. Confirmation and troubleshooting. And finally, 6. Our conclusion and an important disclaimer.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the importance of SNAP.
You know, government websites and policy manuals can definitely feel overwhelming, but what's at stake here makes completing this process absolutely crucial for your daily life. Take a look at this number, $188. That is the average monthly grocery benefit for a one-person household in North Dakota. And depending on your family size, that number can go up significantly. For a family of 4, the income limits are higher, and the support scales right up with it. This isn't just about food, right? Securing this money literally frees up your monthly budget for other absolute necessities like utilities, rent, and medical care. It's a vital safety net. And it's wild to think about, but nationwide, millions of dollars in benefits go unclaimed every single year, just because folks miss their renewal window.
So we are working against a pretty strict timeline here. SNAP benefits don't just roll over automatically forever. You're actually approved for what they call a certification period. If you're a standard household, you're usually on a 6-month cycle. Now, if your household is entirely made up of elderly or disabled members with no earned income, you get a longer 12-month cycle. But regardless of your specific cycle, the state is going to mail you a notice of expiration by the 10th of the month right before your recertification month. You absolutely must act in that final month to prevent a lapse. If you miss that window, boom, your benefits stop, and you might have to start a brand new application entirely from scratch.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, preparing for your renewal. Before we even think about opening up a web browser, let's ground ourselves with a concrete checklist. Preparation is honestly the secret sauce to a stressful renewal. Here's your master list. You'll need your government-issued ID, and you absolutely have to have proof of your gross income, so think recent pay stubs, social security statements, or pension details. Has anyone moved in or out of your house recently? You'll need their information too. You'll also want to outline any changes to your monthly expenses, so grab those recent utility and phone bills. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you're over 60 or disabled, having proof of medical expenses over $35 can actually increase your benefit amount. Trust me, gather all of this and put it right on your desk before you touch your keyboard. There is literally nothing worse than a portal timing out while you're frantically tearing through shoeboxes looking for an old pay stub.
Awesome. Now let's tackle Section 3, accessing the North Dakota website.
Let's build your secure digital foundation. Step 1, you're going to visit the official portal at applyforhelpnd.gov. Step 2, click to create your unified North Dakota login. Now, if you already have one of these for another state service, you're golden. Just log right in. But if not, the system will just ask for some basic info to create your user ID and password. Then, Step 3, to keep all your personal data locked down tight, they use multi-factor authentication. That's just a fancy way of saying they'll text or email you an activation code to prove it's actually you. Type that code in, hit confirm, and you're all set. Your secure account is active and you are ready to link it to your case.
Which brings us right to Section 4, the step-by-step renewal process.
Let's translate this government portal into plain English, shall we? Here's your exact click path. Once you log in, you'll land on your dashboard. Now, whatever you do, don't click Apply Now because you already have an active case. Instead, scroll on down until you find a section called your To-Do list. Right there, you'll spot a specific review card waiting just for you. Click that card, hit the button that says Initiate Online, and then click Begin to start the standard update form. See? It really is that straightforward. As you're actually filling out the form, keep in mind that the system already has your past data on file. You are really just acting as a verifier, confirming what's still true and updating what isn't. Make sure you click those little down arrows next to any checked questions so you can review your past data in full detail. You need to meticulously update any recent income shifts. For instance, if your gross monthly income recently bumped up and exceeded 130% of the federal poverty level, that is a mandatory change you absolutely have to report. Accurately editing these details is the best way to avoid common pitfalls and annoying delays. Once everything is updated and you've uploaded pictures of your documents, you finally get to hit Submit. All right, you hit Submit, but we're not entirely done just yet. Let's look at Section 5, Confirmation and Troubleshooting.
Here is your safety net for what comes next. First things first, make absolutely sure you write down and save your confirmation tracking number the second it pops up on the screen. Seriously, take a photo of it if you have to. Second, get ready to speak with your caseworker for a brief phone interview. It usually only takes about 10 to 30 minutes, and they'll mostly just be verifying the changes you typed into the form. And third, guys, this is absolutely critical. If your caseworker asks for any additional proof, you only have a strict 10-day window to submit those extra verification documents. If you miss that 10-day deadline, the state can and will close your case, even if you did every single other thing perfectly.
Now, what happens if the portal crashes, or you just don't understand how to report a tricky change in your rent? Don't panic. If you encounter any frustrating technical glitches, or you just have a confusing question about your specific case, pick up the phone and call the North Dakota HHS Customer Support Center directly at 1-866-614-6005. Seriously, don't just guess if you're confused. Let the professionals guide you through it.
And that brings us to our final phase, Section 6, Conclusion and Important Disclaimer.
Before we wrap up, I need to share some standard professional guidance to ensure you're fully protected. Please keep in mind that state policies and digital interfaces update all the time. While this explainer gives you the current best practices based on North Dakota's official policy manuals, you should always double-check your submissions for any errors. Always verify your final requirements, income limits, and specific deadlines directly with official North Dakota Health and Human Services resources.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Financial security often comes down to just a few simple clicks on a dashboard. Have you logged into your self-service portal dashboard today to check if your renewal card is waiting? Don't let a little bit of bureaucracy stand in the way of the support you rightfully deserve. We'd love for you to drop your questions or share your own renewal experiences in the comments below to help out the community. Take action today, and let's keep your household secure. Thanks for tuning in.